Ever wonder what it takes to find your soulful tribe and embrace genuine connections without fear of judgment? How can you open up at your own pace and still experience transformative and profound personal growth? If you're struggling with those questions, join me in episode 28 of Give a Fuck presented by Spark Consciousness as we discuss the power of vulnerability and the magic of finding a supportive community that values authenticity and mutual support. As always, I am your host, Sarah Woodard. I am a nature-centric badass dedicated to helping soul-searching, sensitive women feel safe and empowered to change their worlds through connection with nature and the creator of Spark Consciousness. The purpose of this show is to help raise your awareness, connect with nature, and discover your purpose. My goal is to present valuable information about how you can define your values, uncover your purpose, and make a difference, and how nature helps you do this. I sometimes share additional resources as I love to help you continue learning. And because I also understand the value of community, I have an occasional series of bonus episodes called Changemakers that highlights the way everyday women just like you have been a force for positive change. And these are just interspersed in between the usual bi-weekly episodes. As a quick reminder, the spelling of Give a Fuck is F*K. And I want to, as always, give a huge thank you to my existing patrons on Patreon. The part of the money that helps with the cat toys has been super valuable as we are still in a hotel in New Hampshire looking for the right home. It will certainly show up, but in the meantime, it's nice to have some extra funds to go and get some toys to keep these guys occupied. Because as you can imagine, a hotel room with 3 cats is a little cramped at times. And that is actually the segue into my life update. We are, in fact, still looking and waiting for the right house to come along. Unfortunately, the place that I was hopeful about didn't work out. That's okay. It obviously wasn't meant to be. I looked at another place that was super cute, but the location could not have been more wrong. So we will keep looking. And in the meantime, I am with the cats and we are safe and warm and all of our needs are being met and it's okay. I'm going to skip right to the satan of the show, and I am super excited to talk to you about how to find community. As you can imagine, moving back and forth across the country twice now has really shifted my friendships and relationships and my understanding of community and tribe and really forced me to ditch that fear and just find those people, however they show up, whether it's in person or online. So I feel like this is really important for everybody because even if you're not moving 2/3 of the way across the country and back and forth, we can all still struggle with this feeling of, am I safe to share? How do I find my tribe? So here we go. Have you ever had that should I or should I moment before spilling your personal stories in a group? Let's talk about why it's okay to take a chance and find the tribe that's got your back, no matter what. In this episode, we're going to talk about why people often don't feel safe sharing personal information with groups, what to do about it, and why finding a group where you feel safe sharing really matters. In my experience, people looking for connections with like-minded women sometimes shy away from joining groups because they're just not sure if they're comfortable sharing their personal information in that type of setting. And I get it. It takes a lot to trust even one person enough to share your thoughts and feelings in an authentic and genuine way. And in many cases, this is a really valid concern. Not everyone is out to help others, and some people do use personal information in pretty harmful ways. Caution isn't a bad thing. It helps keep you safe. But sometimes you need to take a tiny step towards letting your guard down to find the connections you're looking for. It's sometimes the only way to meet people who will help support you in leveling up your life, finding your purpose, and being a force for positive change. The good news is that the right groups will allow you to open up at your own pace. If you're in a group where you feel pressured to share personal information about your life before you're ready to do so, it's okay to leave and look for another group. In fact, it might be the best thing you can do. When you find a group where you're allowed to open up at your own pace, that's where the real magic happens. If you know anyone who's ever been in AA or similar groups like that, you'll know exactly what I mean. Groups like that encourage sharing, but they never force it. And the people who do share, when they're ready, get non-judgmental support. Those who get clean often credit the support they receive in the meetings and lean on fellow members during difficult times because they know they can trust the group. This dynamic of non-judgmental, no-pressure support works in all group situations, not just the ones focused on recovery. They're vital components to building trust in any group situation. And in my group, the Soulful Sisterhood, we emphasize respect for others, so you'll never feel pressured to share anything you're not ready to share. And at the same time, we work hard to create a safe, welcoming environment so that you will feel safe to share with the group without judgment. We understand that trust needs to be earned, and we don't expect you to let us into your inner world the first day you arrive, or even on the second or the third. You set the pace for what you share, when, how, and with whom. Unlike many other personal or spiritual growth groups out there, we don't believe in high vibes only. That's an unfair and unrealistic expectation. We believe in getting really real because we know that life is messy, scary, and hard sometimes. Life can also be joyful and fun, and we want to hear about those moments too, if you want to share. We also know that those hard moments in life are part of the growth process, and with the right support, you'll come through the other side with a deeper understanding of yourself, your passions, your purpose, and the ways you can show up to serve and make a difference in the world. The Soulful Sisterhood was designed to be collaborative, so we're always asking for your input on what you'd like to do at each monthly virtual gathering, and we're always open to suggestions for other ways to connect with each other, because this group is yours. It's meant to help you. And only you know what you need the most. That focus on what the group actually wants rather than what I as the leader think you want also helps create an environment where you can feel safe to open up and share with us. Now you may be wondering, can I just come to the monthly meetings and not share anything ever? And the shorter answer is, of course you can. Sometimes hearing other people talk about what's going on with them can be even more helpful than talking about your own life. You can learn from what they say and feel supported because they're going through something similar to you. At the same time, though, I encourage all sisters to be open to the idea of participating in a more active way. There is absolutely no requirement to do so, but we'd love to hear from you and hold space for you when you're ready. Now that you understand how to find groups where you'll feel comfortable sharing your personal information, don't let fear of being pressured into telling more than you're ready to tell hold you back from finding soulful connections you need to help level up your life. Look for groups that focus on creating supportive, safe environments and will allow you to be an observer for as long as you want. And you can listen to the previous episode to learn how to do that. If you're in a group now where you feel pressured to share more than you're comfortable sharing, it might be a good time to move on and find a group that will embrace you opening up at your own speed. I encourage you to start today by checking out the Soulful Sisterhood. There, you'll find a group of women who share your passion for creating positive change, your frustrations with not feeling safe or heard in other groups, and an environment that's specifically designed to help all sisters feel safe and secure. We're all looking forward to welcoming another beautiful soul to our tribe, and we will see you there. If you would like to learn more about the Soulful Sisterhood, you can find that link in the show notes. It is sparkconsciousness.net/community. And to help you remember that, just also implant in your brain the keyword sunrise. If you would like to support the show, you can join me on Patreon or consider sponsoring an episode. That is going to be in the show notes as well. I will see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of Give a Fuck presented by Spark Consciousness, where we'll be talking about overcoming the fear of rejection and finding your tribe. And then after that, we're going to be making a slight shift in what we're doing with the podcast, and I will share more about that in our next episode. I look forward to being with you then. Until then, continue to expand your knowledge, feel the connections, and live with compassion.